Hi, I'm Sammy Tawil, Co-CEO of Nasco Stone Tile.
I'd like to introduce Sammy Tawil, co-CEO of Nasco Stone Tile. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Farshid, for having me. It's a pleasure.
Please start by sharing the story behind Nasco Stone Tile, the inspiration, as well as your own personal journey.
Nasco is a family business, started in 1965. My brother Nathan and I are third of four generations. On the personal side, I started back in 1983 as a summer job. In the summers, I would come and work in the UPS and sample department, which really allowed me to familiarize myself with the products. In 1987, after I graduated University of Miami, I worked full time. I started doing local sales in the local metropolitan area, and then I went up to regional, and then eventually I was national sales, traveling 35, 40 weeks out of the year, seeing distributors and dealers at the time. For the past 14 years since my dad's passing, my brother and I have been now running the day-to-day operations of NASCO. And I'm proud to say we've continued their legacies, not only my father, but my grandfather, and have continued to grow in terms of annual sales. And I know they're looking down, proud of us, saying, hey, you guys are doing a good job. So we try to take their examples and hopefully teach it to our children.
Uh, Amazing. Hats off to the job that you've been able to do. You've built an amazing business. I would love for this community to learn a little bit about the depth in scope you're able to sell across the entire US. And I'd love for them to just understand the type of projects that you actually work on.
Originally, NASCO started selling only stone tile and slabs. That was our original business. Back in the 90s, like mid 90s, we started getting into porcelain a little bit here and there. Porcelain grew today to amazing levels where today it's 50% of our sales. We still do marble tiles, we still do marble slabs, but just over the past 37 years that my brother and I have been in the business, we've watched NASCO evolve to this national supplier doing projects around the country, including international projects now. We're doing hospitality, we're doing hotels, restaurants, casinos. We're doing retail rollouts. We're healthcare, some large residential projects. And now lately we've been doing a lot of, thanks to Material Bank, major sports venues, which has been pretty cool. And then the other division we have is the distribution and dealership program throughout the country, which mostly is on the east of the Mississippi. So really, we stock close to 5 million square feet of material in slabs and tiles. And we realize today that stock is king. You got to have stock for the everyday orders. So we really reinvested a lot of our money into our stock.
Amazing. Now, I'd love to just understand you have a dedicated team that work for A&D. How many dedicated reps do you have?
11 people that work for NASCO that call on the A&D community as well as dealers and distributors. And, you're as good as your products. If you have the products, you're going to be successful. The key is the products because you can see these companies, but unless you're going to bring stuff that's going to wow them, it's going to make it more challenging for you to get a specification. So we believe we've really improved in that area a lot where now our products are pretty much selling themselves. We just need our people. And I tell everyone, all my salespeople, don't sell the product. All your job is to do is to show them, explain to them what sizes, colors. Don't say how great it is, how much we sold of it. They're going to know if they're going to want to use it or not.
You've been on Material Bank for roughly 2 years. We get a lot of companies who ask us, how quickly will I be able to gain some of these projects that come from Material Bank? I'd love for you to share with us your own journey. How long did it take until you realized Material Bank was a healthy path for you? And I'd love for you to share some of the projects that you guys have won that we've been able to get you in front of.
Material Bank has been tremendous, has been better than we ever expected. I think Material Bank, the timing was excellent. The ideas and strategy behind this was phenomenal. But most important than anything, and people that know me will know me, I'm all about execution. The way you guys executed is, kudos to you guys. You did a great job. I would say Material Bank is this vehicle that has gotten us places that we never were able to reach. Not only the cities like Spokane, Washington, or Pensacola, or Madison, Wisconsin, Topeka, Kansas, places you can't really get to that easy. Material Bank has filled that void. And as you know, in our business, it's planting seeds. Sometimes it can take 3 months, sometimes it can take 2 years. There are jobs now we're doing that we're finally getting the order now that we got from a year and a half ago. So when we ran the recent Aglo kit promotion with the guys, we got up to 1,800 leads.
Sammy, I'd love for you to just touch a little bit about new product collection launches, where you go to source these types of launches. I know that you're coming and having dialogue that is influencing the final selections that you bring that the community loves.
Looking at products from around mostly Italy, mostly Spain, but we're looking at in a year, I would say we're looking at about 70 to 80 collections that we're seriously looking at. And from that, there's a process. We have new product meetings. And we, at the end of the year, will pick 5 to 7 new collections that we're going to add. And a lot of this is really, we get the feedback from the big firms like Gensler, Rockwell, HOK.
We're bringing you in front of clearly a lot of amazing design firms. And these are exactly the types of projects that you're looking for. I'd love for you to share some insight that you gain from the audience when you speak to them.
We try to listen to them. Hey, what's hot? What's not? What are you looking for? So we get that. And when we're looking at factories, we're looking sizes. You know, do they meet all the main sizes? Maybe they only have limited sizes. That's not going to work. Color palette. Uh, the price point has to be factored in, right? You can't have something that's too expensive. Productivity. Can they handle 100,000 square foot order of a hotel that we're doing? Can they handle it in a reasonable amount of time? Eco-friendly, which we'll get on. Very important. How they handle QC.
It's remarkable. You describe a business that's been around since the 1960s. You have been on Material Bank for 2 years, and you describe the last 2 years specifically as sales taking off like a rocket ship. Uh, is that attributable? I'm asking in a humble way. Is that attributable directly to Material Bank?
Yes, I would say it's two-part. I would say Material Bank is definitely a big factor in that. But like I said, it's coupled with having the right products. You need both because if you're going to use a platform like Material Bank, you can't just bring in another wood plank or another marble look or another concrete. You got to bring in things like, for example, flat iron took off, Lake Como, these are wall tiles, Aglo, the terrazzo took off. So when you have the product coupled with the vehicle of Material Bank, it's a win-win and it gets you to that next level.
You invest in a lot of other areas. Again, since the 1960s, you guys have been doing this. We look at you as a professional voice of authority in this community. Where else do you invest, and how do these other avenues and investments compare to the quality of leads that Material Bank generates for you?
Back in the days, obviously, I'm going back to the 80s and 90s, we did things the traditional way. You had the trade shows, you had the print catalogs used to drop off, you get referrals, you would go in person and knock on the doors and see people. Now with email and digital and Material Bank, you're really able to now get to the customers quicker. You have bigger impact now. It's just a more effective way of doing business.
I'd love for you to share some wins that you've had that really just stand out. I know there's a lot of them, but I'd love for you to give us some insight.
We're working on a hotel in Barbados right now. There's a hotel in Aruba we're working on right now as we speak. We're doing a resort spa in Utah. resort. It's in California on the West Coast. We're doing a couple of stadiums right now. The executive offices of some NFL teams. These were really all credited to Material Bank, because we got these specifications from these firms that really they source our Material Bank. Asked for samples. I still have that passion. Me and my brother, when we walk by a big project and you say, you know what, there's Nasco Tile, we get a sense, we get a high from seeing that, and it keeps us going. It keeps us really just, I don't know, we just have passion. People say, are you going to retire? And I said, soon. And I said, nah, I can do this till I'm 80. I just love doing what I'm doing.
We're wired the same way on that one. That's an amazing piece. The excitement that you have is just it's amazing. You know, you've gone through it. You've spent in a lot of different avenues. What would you say? First, let's take it. You're very competitive, not non-competitor first. Who says to you, "I'm thinking about going on to Material Bank." What would you say to them about joining the platform? What would be good advice that you would give to them?
I would say definitely do it, and not because you're in front of me. I think it's something you have to at least try. Maybe it's not for everybody, maybe for whatever reasons, but you have to be foolish not to try Material Bank, because, like I said before, it just gives you this engine that just gets you out there, places you can't get to.
Talk a little bit about your commitment to sustainability. As you know, this design community has a very high priority level in terms of sustainability. Love for you to share that message with the audience.
Yeah, sustainability to us, we are very sensitive to that. We've been sensitive to that for many years, but more lately, as you see more and more of these sustainability being a forefront now in the tile business. We do want to do our part. We want to take responsibility in making a difference in this world and, of course, the future. When we work with the factories, we make sure, like I said before, they're eco-friendly. They use recycled contents. They reduce gas emissions. Things like energy, they're efficient with energy. We strongly support green groups, green group projects. Everyone's asking today now for the EPD, reports, which is the Environmental Product Declaration, and a lot of our products meet the EPD.
Sammy, I'd love for you to share some of the surprises that have taken place on Material Bank. You've been here for a period of time, but it sounds like there's a few items that have been surprising to you.
Yes, well, as far as our collections are concerned, there have been about 4 or 5 collections that just went up, up, up. We're sending out more samples than ever before. Notably, like I said, the Flatiron, the new Moxie collection, the Lake Como, the Aglo natural terrazzo, which is huge right now in tiles and slabs, Plumeri, and a couple others. They're just really. It's just amazing to see how these collections really quadrupled in sales.
Are there territories that you can point to that historically, having started the business and been involved for a long, long time, business started in the 1960s, are there territories that you never had real projects in that we've been able to bring to you?
Yes, I would say Texas, California, with a lot of competition over there. We were able to penetrate those markets and get some nice projects over there. And then the Caribbean island. We've been now working with a lot of Miami designers that have allowed us to get into the Caribbean island market that we really never had before. We maybe did 1, 2 projects in 20 years. And the last 2 years, we've done about seven, eight.
Amazing. On behalf of the entire team at Material Bank, Sammy, I want to thank you and your team at Nasco Stone and Tile. You guys have become remarkable partners for us. We look forward to continuing this journey of success together. Thank you.